Good morning and thanks for choosing Fox 10 News on this Saturday morning. I'm Joe Emer. It has been a wild morning over the past few hours. Weather warnings and alerts going off. We have team coverage. Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith and meteorologist Jennifer Lambers have been on it for this morning. So the good news, y'all, is as of this moment, looking significantly better than we did just a short time ago.
It sure is looking better right now, Joe. And, Jennifer, we're real active this morning. You were here early with warnings starting around 2:30 this morning, and things are looking a little better for the time being. Shed some light real quick before I get out and show everybody what's going on right now about what we're seeing with severe weather in our area, what we saw earlier. We had a couple of potential confirmed tornadoes.
Yeah, so we've been keeping an eye on some of these, and the whole reason for that is going to be Hurricane Delta. You can see where it currently is, moving over northern Louisiana through Mississippi, and continuing to see some of the tail portions of it with those outer rain bands. So keeping an eye on that, and that's what warranted a lot of these tornado warnings. We've had quite a few extending from Mobile County, getting to Clark, Baldwin counties, but also Santa Rosa and Okaloosa counties included. And Jason, we still have more on the way potentially.
Yeah, checking it right now. Until this line clears the area, and that may be much later today, there will be the threat of tornadoes in our area. Fortunately, right now we are not under any active tornado warnings, but we saw our share through the Mobile metro area and into Baldwin County earlier today. So this is the line that we're going to have to continue to monitor for rotation. We're also keeping an eye ahead of the line for any cells that do break out. Right now we have a strong squall line from Monroe and Clark counties down 225 and 59 in Baldwin County, all the way down towards 98 around Fairhope and down to Fort Morgan. If you're behind this line, if you're west of it, if you're in Greene County and George County, and really even in Mobile County, the tornado threat is much lower. It's just about zero here. The worst of it is going to be in the line itself and then areas ahead of the line. And this line will drag across the Florida Panhandle. It may be a little slow because the trajectory that Delta is taking across the southeastern United States. It's moving slowly or edging more up towards the north and east. And so with that angle, this line may be slow to clear the forecast area. Let's just track along the line a little bit here. And this morning, you're waking up to heavy rain and storms over the Fort Morgan Road area up towards Fish River and Magnolia Springs east of Fairhope. A nasty looking set of showers and thunderstorms here. Summerdale also seeing some very heavy rain right now. And we're not indicating specific rotation in this area now, but that could happen at any time. We are under a tornado watch for the Gulf Coast this morning. So along this line, we may see some tornadoes spinning up. We're going to be watching out for that possibility. Watch out in Robertsdale for some very heavy rain that's about to start. Of course, it's raining heavily right now in Daphne and Spanish Ford, as well as Malvis. This is bearing down on Loxley and the Stapleton area. It looks like the line has just cleared Bay Minette. It's going to continue tracking out towards Gateswood. We're also seeing the line heading up towards Atmore. So we're getting very heavy rainfall out there right now. Tornado watch is in effect. This is that yellow coloration on the map, meaning that conditions are favorable for tornadoes today. The tornado watch is going to stay in effect until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that includes Baldwin County, Clark County, Monroe County, Escambia, and the Panhandle. Mobile County has been taken out of the tornado watch, which is a favorable sign. Also, Washington County has been dropped as well. So we'll keep monitoring this potential severe weather situation for you throughout the newscast, and also bring you any damage reports that we do have in the area.
Hurricane Delta slamming the Louisiana Gulf Coast last night. Now a tropical storm as it moves inland, but not without leaving its mark. Pounding rain and high winds sending debris flying. Many people now trapped by floodwaters, and they've been in the dark for hours as power is out for thousands in Louisiana and Texas. So Delta now a tropical storm, as mentioned, leaving behind damage as it crashed into Louisiana as a Cat 2. Connor Powell has the latest.
Delta striking land as a powerful Category 2 hurricane, unleashing fury on Louisiana, packing powerful destructive winds, gusts clocking up to 96 miles an hour, pushing life-threatening storm surge over 8 feet deep inland, relentless rains triggering rising floodwaters.
From the time it hits the shore to when it leaves the state should be about 14 hours.
Nearly 10,000 people are seeking safety in storm shelters, many still displaced from Hurricane Laura at the end of August.
Just starting to clean up debris from this last storm. It's unfortunate that they're going to take another hit.
As we remember with Hurricane Laura, once the storm has passed, there will still be threats to people's lives and safety.
After delivering a dangerous blow to Louisiana, Delta is forecast to soak the East Coast as far north as New Jersey, dropping up to 6 inches of rain in some places.
Dan, and to all the good people in Louisiana, we wish you well. We wish you safety, Godspeed as you work through another hurricane.
Hopefully after this storm passes, the country will not forget that the rebuilding begins, and it's a long path. And the aid from outside the state really helps us rebuild as these people are down on their luck.
In Lake Charles, Louisiana, I'm Connor Powell.
Well, thousands of families in southwest Louisiana evacuated for the second time in 6 weeks. That include Fox 10's Lee Peck's parents and extended family. This is a look at what Hurricane Laura did to their home. A couple of trees falling into the house, leaving the inside exposed. They've since had the inside gutted down to the studs and are still waiting on a new roof before other repairs can be made. While they thought they were heading in the right direction, they now feel like they're taking 2 huge steps back.
When I left this morning, there was no wet, but I'm sure now the holes in which the trees made, there's water in there again. And so I don't know what will be damaged. You just try to take care of everything you can. Like for us, we had our house, the sheetrock, the insulation and the flooring removed. We have a blue tarp on it, and we're hoping that when we return, we still have a tarp, or it'll be wet in it again. So it's a matter of trying to put your life back together, and hopefully it doesn't take till next year.
So many in southwest Louisiana going through the same thing. A lot of people will tell you they would have stayed but left because of all the debris that in many cases became missiles in the hurricane force wind. We'll be checking back in with Lee's family later today to see if they have heard anything about their home and their neighborhood. As Delta moved west, it was no longer a direct threat to the Fox 10 viewing area, but even hundreds of miles away, it's still causing dangerous problems off beaches here. At Dauphin Island, they've had flooding for the last couple of days and will get more this weekend. On either side of the state's sunset capital, the beaches are still closed. Parts of the west end restricted to homeowners as crews continue the work to get the island back to its glory. Set back by Delta, spilling more salt water back onto trouble spots, while thoughts are with the impacted communities. Island resident Richard McKean says he's thankful they've been spared from another hit as they continue to mend from slow-moving Sally.
Lucky that we missed that bullet.
Flooding in low-lying areas of the island is expected to persist through this weekend. Waves are expected to reach between 6 and 9 feet. Another area that can't help but feel thankful this morning is folks in Gulf Shores, dodging the worst of what Hurricane Delta slammed Louisiana with. The Baldwin beaches in particular are already recovering from Sally, but that's not to say Gulf Shores and Orange Beach aren't feeling Delta's impacts, even from hundreds of miles away. Lifeguards raising red flags, warning of very dangerous waves and riptides. Only weeks after Hurricane Sally wrecked the area, Delta's near miss is good fortune, though no one can help but feel for Louisiana.
It is bad, and just if you are down here, please stay out of the water.
When you have a hurricane coming through, it's wide. My prayers are with you guys down there in Louisiana, and it seems like once a year you guys get slammed by something.
I was packed and ready, and it never hit. It never hit, but I don't want it to hit where it's hitting now.
Some of the public access areas are open to visitors in Gulf Shores, but officials warn against going in the water. Not only are the waters dangerous with rip currents, but Delta could have stirred up debris from the last storm that could be dangerous as well. Just as we've done all hurricane season long, Fox 10 News will have continuing coverage of Delta throughout the day, as well as any other storms during the rest of the hurricane season. Stay with us on air, online, and on our social media platforms.